Yeah.
For me, it's the Lord. Lean in. Where are you going to go? Don't get caught up in the worldly things. You'll be fine. You'll be okay.
No, I agree.
At the end of the day, everything we're going through in the world is all just speculation. Like you said, those talking about freight transportation trends, the market, economy, finance, all that, it's all speculation. And it drives me nuts because you hear it from everybody and nobody truly knows.
Yeah,
So,
what I was going to say, I've got a buddy of mine who's a talking head on CNBC, and
oh, yeah.
specializes in freight. He lives here in St. Louis. His name is
Okay.
Don Broughton. Don and I will get together probably once a month. It's been a while, but we get together for lunch and stuff like that. We don't talk freight, but when I do talk to him, he's like, Clark, nobody knows. Nobody knows. You're talking about a mass of people, and who knows what the buying habits of this person are. Who's going to drive up the need for more of XYZ product or widgets? We don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. Experts, gosh almighty.
Experts, you talk about putting labels on
And,
people
it,
as
and
well,
it's
too.
like,
I hate
yeah,
labels, man.
yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, I certainly feel for the people that are in this industry that are struggling. And quite honestly, everybody is. I mean, I think we could agree on that. I was thinking about something though. You were talking about back in COVID, during COVID, how you got, I mean, brokers and everyone was making a fortune. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden stuff dropped off. Now I'm going to ask you this. So I've tried to liken that to the real estate market. So when what is it? In Trump's first term, we
Hmm.
had mortgage rates of 2% here in the
Right.
United States, or maybe a little bit higher than that. The real estate market went crazy, 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 crazy. People are selling their houses to go buy another one, because you're basically getting free money. But you
Yeah.
saw this mass influx of people coming into the real estate business to become agents. If it's not just maybe some of the time just part time because the money was so easy to make.
Right.
And then as soon as it started to get tough and you started to see interest rates tick up, okay, those people started dropping and dropping and dropping. And now what do
It
you
was
have? You've got the real pros, the people who prepared and planned for what eventually was going to happen, and that is higher interest rates, and the market is
Mhm.
still strong where we live. But on the
Mhm.
freight side, I would argue the same thing happened. You had all these people coming in because they saw how easy it was to make money as a freight broker or whatever carrier, and they just flooded the market. And then
Mhm.
all of a sudden it started to get tough, and they didn't have enough. They weren't prepared. They
Mhm.
probably weren't as educated as some of the guys out there. And all of a sudden they start falling off. And we're still seeing them fall off. We're still seeing them fall off.
It's crazy, Clark. You say that for sure because I call them the next big thingers, right?
Yes.
Whatever the trend is, right? Whatever comes in and all that. And I honestly think this is a conversation for another time because we talk about AI, the next big thing.
Oh
How
God.
many people are going to go into AI? It's crazy. That's coming like a freight train. You better get ready. But it's like those who jump onto the trend. I'm not an early adopter per se. And sometimes that can be good, sometimes that can be bad. But we all know that 90% of businesses don't end up working out anyways. People come in and say, oh, that'd be a great idea. I have family members in my extended family talking about this would be a good business. That would be a good business. Let's go into this. And I'm one of the only ones in business in my entire family. And if I was never talking like that, I never thought this was ever possible. But no, you're absolutely right in freight and transportation. You know what? Superstars and champions are not built in good times, okay? They're
Yep.
built when times are tough and they're challenging and they can weather the storm, right? And this calm before the storm is lasting quite a bit longer than what we'd like. But talking about freight, talking about transport, I mean, most industries are a month, 2 months, 3 months from going insolvent, anyways. So you got to sell at a little bit of a premium, and it feels like we're tightening up and having to sell for less. But imagine that trying to sell something that you're already very tight on margins for, when you're trying to sell it for a higher price so that you can make money, support your business, support your family, etc. And people seem to be rushing to the bottom in a commoditized industry.